Hey everybody, it's Jason Blake, the designer of Cysmic and the founder of Star Reach Games. I wanted to provide you guys this personal update as part of our latest update for the Cysmic campaign. Before we get started and jump into the big news that I've got to share, I just wanted to say to all of you, I cannot thank you enough. This entire campaign has been unbelievable. It's been life-changing, to say the least. This has been meeting so many of you, talking in the comments, working with everybody on the Discord server, working with new manufacturers, talking with publishers, everybody that I have met and interacted with throughout the last 3 weeks particularly has been unbelievable. It's been a heck of a journey. I cannot thank all of you enough. This really has been one of the most exciting times that I've ever had. It's truly amazing. So if you haven't read the update yet, or if you're just seeing this for the first time, let me just simply say, I know this sounds a little crazy, but I've decided to cancel the campaign. So I know what you're thinking already. You're probably like, what? We funded. And I'm like, yes, we did fund. We funded because of you guys. That was unbelievable. We funded in no time. I am beyond humbled that we funded so quickly, and I cannot thank you enough. But you're probably wondering, why did I make this choice? So let me just give you some feedback about before the campaign and then right up until we launched. As a first-time creator, I spent years not only designing the game, but looking at production. Talking with different manufacturers, different retailers, different distributors, working with my Kickstarter team, talking with all kinds of publishers and showing it at conventions, getting feedback. There are so many things involved in setting up a Kickstarter. It's not just making a board game. You are creating basically it's an international product launch. I mean, there's no other easy way to say it. This is huge, and when you're a small startup like I am, you've got to become an expert in all of these areas, not just designing the game, but producing the game, creating the feel and the experience of a player interacting with the components, and then you've got to think about all the business side of things with fulfillment and distribution and manufacturing costs and all of that. And I did. I researched just daily. There was not a day that went by that I wasn't working in some facet of trying to get ready. And that is 6 years of research. And I had so many partners involved in getting this game to market. So many of them gave me so much feedback as well about getting ready for the campaign. But let me tell you a problem that I had, that I created for myself. And this is going to be really the biggest reason on why I'm canceling the campaign and we're going to regroup and come back. I had an uncompromising vision. I wanted to create the crown jewel of somebody's game collection. And I think I did that. I mean, the game is insane looking. I mean, again, as you've seen, if you're following along, you've seen the videos where everybody's talking about how big the game is, the level of production, even on something as like a prototype, the level of production was just over the top. That was my choice. That was my vision. I wanted the game to have this insane table presence. I wanted when somebody invited their gaming friends and even non-gaming friends over to game night, and somebody says, "Tell me the coolest game you have or the biggest game you have." I wanted them to reach for Cysmic off their shelf. I wanted them to pull this game out and be proud and say, "This game is unparalleled in what it looks like on the table." And that was better and worse, for better and for worse, because what I created really was something just absolutely stunning to see. But on the backside, it was also its biggest problem. I had people that were some of the most loyal, supportive individuals for the campaign so far. that even they were like, ooh, man, how big is the board? I'm not even sure if I can fit this on my table. And of course, I had, lots of influencers, reviewers, even my consultant group. Everybody told me, "Hey, Jason, you probably need to think about the production on this. It really is so far over the top. It could cause you grief. This is it's a lot of money. It's a lot of production, and it may not even work for some people." And I said, "Nah, you're crazy. This is the vision for Cysmic." I have to say, one of the hardest lessons I've learned from this campaign is they were right. They were right. This is while we met our goal, and I've got hundreds and hundreds of people who signed up for it. I would really hate to put the game out in its current form and have people say they either couldn't fit it on their game table, or the game was just too big and unwieldy, and it was just too much. So I've already been thinking for several weeks now, basically since I started getting all this feedback and all these questions about sizing. Of course, the shipping was very expensive because the game weighs a ton. 28 pounds to be exact. That is extremely expensive to ship around the world. And, that was obviously a problem. And I knew that. I knew the shipping was going to be expensive. I knew the packaging was going to be expensive. Many of you expressed concern that it wouldn't even fit on your gaming shelves. And I started really taking a lot of that to heart. I thought about it and I was like, oh, man, I was willing, as a gamer myself, I was willing to accept all of those things. But it really is a concern that I think was much bigger than I had anticipated. So I'm canceling because of my own choices. It's something that I never imagined that I would be doing, and this was a really hard decision that I made over the last week or so. Trust me, I've lost lots of sleepless nights, had lots of sleepless nights over this, but I think it is for the best. You guys have provided so much amazing feedback, so much positive feedback. I would hate to deliver it in its current shape after getting so much great and positive feedback about the way that the game could be, and not that the way that it is. So I want to create a more affordable version. I want to create a better retail version for so many other people to be able to try the game without the extreme expense. The game itself is so good. I hate for people to not experience Cysmic just because of the expensive production. And so that's kind of where I am. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here is I'm going to be working on the game for the next several months and be reducing the game's footprint, looking at a variety of ways on how to reduce the weight of the game, but still provide the highest quality components. There's so many things that my manufacturing partner sent back to me and said, there's a lot of ways that you can make a better overall production out of this game than what you're willing to allow us to do. And again, that's my fault. I was uncompromising, and I don't use that word lightly because I'm generally pretty agreeable and compromising about so many things. But on this, I wanted it in my vision, and I did that. And again, I see now that it was just too much. So in this video update, in this update on the Kickstarter campaign, and in this video description, there will be links to for you guys to give feedback. The kinds of things that I want to hear from you guys is, why did you back the campaign? What made you back the campaign? And then at the same time, for a lot of people that maybe were in that dollar pledge group, or maybe they were they'd come to the campaign, they read, they liked everything they saw. Maybe they decided not to back it. I'm trying to find those individuals and say, what was it that made you not want to back the campaign? What are the things that you wanted to see improved? There's so many different questions I have for so many people. And again, the feedback I've already gotten has been absolutely amazing. But now I'm really looking for everybody to give me all that feedback in some kind of form for me to be able to parse and be able to have it all in one place. And that's what that link is for everybody to give me that feedback. So beyond that, I'm looking to come back and relaunch with all of this new information. I'm going to be working closely with all of my partners to implement everything that I've learned. And I'm looking to hopefully come back in just a few months, not very long. In theory, I'll be probably having a new campaign page set up for preview relatively soon before launch, so that I can get even more feedback this time, and then get ready as we get closer to a relaunch. I want all of you there. Everybody who has supported me and been part of the campaign so far. I can't do this without you guys. So I hope some of that is. I hope that clears up maybe why I waited so long and why after even funding and everything that I chose to do this. I've just learned so much, and it really is because of you guys that gave me all this wonderful feedback. So I hope that all makes sense, and I am as excited as ever to get the game back into your hands, and I cannot wait to make that happen. So I hope you guys follow along with me, and reach out to me if you have any questions. I will still be answering comments. I'll still be talking to everybody in the Discord server, in email. Reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to talk about anything anything you want to talk about Cysmic. So again, thank you guys so much. It's been absolutely amazing so far. I just cannot tell you what a great experience this has been. So I will see you guys very soon in the next few months. Look in your inbox. Make sure you're checking those emails. I'm going to be sending out some updates. Follow us on social media, and stick with me. And I'll see you soon. Thanks again. Take care, everybody.